Want to predict the future? Of course you do. Well, there are 3 questions that can predict future quality of life. And joining us today for a coffee break is Dr. Joseph Coughlin from the MIT AgeLab to explain. Welcome, Dr. Joe.
Great, Sybil. It's great to see you as always and great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're thrilled to have you here to talk about this important topic. We know we all get old, or at least we hope to have a long life. But how can we really ensure that the quality of that long life is good? I know you've done a ton of research in this area and you've narrowed it down to there's 3 main questions that people should ask to figure out the answer and to predict that future quality. What are those 3 questions?
Yeah, getting older, most people play down, but getting older is a lot better than the alternative. So here are the 3 questions we like to think about. They may give you a smile, but make you think as well. Question number 1, how will you get an ice cream cone? And that sounds like not exactly the traditional retirement question. But I want you to imagine this. It's a hot summer night, maybe one we just had recently, and you're at your cottage or you're at home or whatever, and at that last moment, just as the peepers are coming out at night, you want a soft serve ice cream, and you want it now. The reason why that question is important is it forces you to start to ask, what are those little things that make me smile? What are the little things that make me happy? And more importantly, do I have ready access to them? Do I have transportation? Are they nearby? Because retirement's not a vacation, it's a long time.
You know, I was just thinking about ice cream the other night, and we have this awesome soft serve place. And yeah, we take it for granted. I can hop in my car, I can drive there. But as I get older, maybe I can't. Great question.
And I'm always thinking of ice cream. That's a whole other issue to deal with. But question number 2, Sybil, this one is another one. Who's going to change your light bulbs? Think about this. The vast majority of people wish to age in place. That is that by the time you're in your 50s, your marriage, your mortgage, your memories are in one home. Most of us want to stay there. And you may be able to afford it. Your house may be in great shape. But who's going to do those little things like changing a light bulb? You know what it's like. You're going to be 80, 85 years old, 90, and you're going to climb the ladder to change that light bulb. And your significant other is going to be yelling at you, get off the ladder, you're going to break your hip. And of course, what happens is that you don't slip because you slipped, but she scared the heck out of you, and then you slip. So what you have to start thinking about in retirement is not just do I have my financial assets, do I have a place to live, but do you have all the services from taking out the trash, the garbage, in terms of light bulbs, all those big and little things that go into independent living.
Good point. Very good point.
And then question number 3, Sybil, who are you going to have lunch with? Sounds a little silly, but it's a real measure. You know, most of us, as we have aged, particularly if you're a baby boomer, dropped out of large groups. We don't belong to community organizations. We stopped going to, shall we say, the parent-teacher meetings when our kids grew up. Not as many of us go to faith-based organizations. So suddenly, as we age, we don't just retire from work, we often retire from life. And so we have to start thinking about, what is my social network? If you choose to move to Florida on the beach, or maybe to a new community by the lakes or something like that, sounds like a great idea, but do you have friends there? And do you have friends that you can just have a chance collision and a chance fight with? Or do you have to schedule it? So your social well-being can be better measured by who you're going to have lunch with than almost anything else.
Oh, that's such an important perspective. And I think a lot of people overlook that. They get caught up on the lifestyle and forget the social element. We're all experiencing that right now through COVID because the social interaction has changed. Thank goodness for Zoom, my new best friend, so that we can see and talk to each other. But having that personal relationship with people is key. So there's a ton more information on this. These are 3 great questions people need to ask, but where can they go to find out even more?
Absolutely, Sybil. Thank you so much. Well, you can read my book if you like, The Longevity Economy, which talks about these questions and many other things that are entertaining, or you can go to my website, longevityeconomy.com.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks, Dr. Joe. And that's our coffee break. See you next time.